don't know. You want to hear like his escapade, what happened in the mall?
Oh, there's more.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking at the time. Like he was like going through the rows of like clothing and everything with hangers and everything. And there was like a woman like going through some clothing and everything, and he decided to stick his dick out between the clothing, so when she moves through the hanger, she'll find his dick.
What the
like,
fuck?
Bitch, don't you think that she would call her husband or the security to kick you out?
God. Okay. Hello, what would you like to be called? And what age range are you in?
Like anybody who knows me like closely, they call me Suman. I'm between like beginning of 30s.
Where were you born? And where do you live now?
I was born in Manila, Philippines. Back in the day. Now I live in Kuwait.
Well, okay, so I mean, I'm interested. How did you make that transition from the Philippines to Kuwait?
It's because my dad had a great idea of thinking, hey, my bastard children don't have any nationalities. Maybe I should take them to Kuwait by now, after like they're a year old by now.
Sounds like your dad might have been a little bit drunk at the time, but what you gonna do?
What do you mean drunk at the time? He's an alcoholic. He's always drunk.
Oh shit. I'm not trying to mind read, but you know, maybe I got that one. What languages do you speak?
I speak 3 languages:
And
Arabic,
they are
English, and Tagalog. Yeah.
Arabic, English, and Tagalog. Tagalog. Okay.
Tagalog.
And now, for the most important question of them all. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Alright, yes, another blue gang. Alright. As I do with everyone, just gonna smack you in the face with this one. Next question is...
Why?
What brings you to be your best self?
I don't know. When I think about my mom.
Are you close
So
with
when
her?
I think about my mom, it just, yeah, I'm very close to my mom. Way closer than my dad.
How truthful are you with yourself? Scale of 0 to 10. 10 being that you never lie to yourself, ever. And 0 is, well, you lie to yourself all the time.
I'll just go like, maybe like 7.
Okay. So, for the most part, you know, you don't lie to yourself, but there are some things that you kind of keep in the closet, as you mentioned earlier. You kind of push them away.
Oh boy. I can talk about the 10 years I served in my grandparents' house.
10 years in your grandparents' house? Like, what, just living there? Or what do you mean?
It's because, like, since my mom and my dad actually didn't get along that well, so they had a lot of memories.
Oh, you're cutting out.
But it's like close to my mouth.
Yeah. Now keep it there. But yeah, so okay,
no.
So you said you weren't as close to your parents, or what did you mean?
No, it's because like my dad had like a lot of like drinking problem. Like I know my dad has a lot of like problems with his own family. But the only thing that pisses me off, like, okay, if you're like not okay with your parents treating you like shit, so why did you treat us like shit while growing up? I to this day still don't get it.
Oh, I could answer that one. Do you want to know the answer?
Sure.
Well,
I like answers.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard of the saying, breaking the cycle, right? But
yeah, the vicious cycle.
the vicious cycle. But to break the vicious cycle, it requires a lot of effort, a lot of conscious effort. And if he's not willing to go through that pain to break the cycle, to, talk about what he went through, to, reframe his life in a positive way, to start doing better and committing to it, then he's just going to keep doing the same thing that his parents did, and their parents did, and their parents did. Generational cycle.
I don't know. I just feel like we're bad for him, but he was an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of difficult to really push people to change when they don't want to change themselves. And it's really... It's
well,
not
he did try,
Hmm.
but it was like a very failed attempt.
Well, what did he try to do?
How old was he? I think I remembered like one of my siblings, my younger brother, he told me like he wanted to actually connect with him when he was there in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they were like hanging out, they were like going out. So my brother said maybe he's changed because they were like hanging out together and getting closer. They had fun for once.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother actually thought about maybe he changed for the better. So because he wanted to be closer to him until he fucked up on one day.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I think one of my cousins, the same age as I am, actually with his former girlfriend at the time, that they were like sharing a cab with him, with my brother as well. So 4 of them were like inside the cab and everything. It was like small cab. The only problem was like, I don't know why. And the 7th ring, the fucking hell, was my dad actually kept touching the girlfriend's back all that time on that fucking ride.
No, are you fucking... Oh my god, are you serious?
I don't know, my dad, I know my dad's like, I like my mom, what she likes to call him, like either a gigolo or a slut, I don't know.
He's the man sloot.
Oh dude, anything that walks on 2 legs, he's fine with anything.
Damn. To think you're gonna throw away your relationship with your blood family just for a skirt. Ugh, the thirst. The thirst
Dude,
on that man.
That girl was my age at the time.
God damn.
Like,
Okay.
she was like in her 20s. I was like in the 20s. Like, my dad was like in his like mid 50s.
Mm-hmm. So you were living with your grandparents because your dad was, going through his own issues.
I had to live with them because like I was like 16 at the time, so I came back from the Philippines for like staying there for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom said, "Hey, we need to run away. Where are we going? We're going back to the Philippines. Why? Your dad is not in his fucking right mind. So pack up your shit. We're going."
Wait, what? Just like that?
Dude, my mom. Oh my! My mom knows her way. If she wants to plan a getaway, she can plan it out within a few days, and we can be out there.
Oh my god, that's kind
This is
of...
not her first time in the rodeo.
What do you think about that?
I just know that my mom, like, if she wants to survive, she knows how to survive.
Mm-hmm. Damn. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you miss the Philippines versus Kuwait?
But I was gonna miss the Philippines. That's my home.
And,
I feel more at home there than here.
Well, so you said you went from the Philippines to Kuwait when you were like 1 year old?
I was born there.
Well, yeah, you were born, but I mean, like, how long were you in the Philippines before you moved to Kuwait?
Like I didn't like live there until like that time when we had to live there for like a year and whatnot. But living there my whole life, no, I did not try that because I had to, because I had to do a lot of things like studies here in Kuwait and whatnot. Since my citizenship is here in Kuwait.
Man.
Well, if my back, if my dad, well, it's like pretty easy for like guys. They're like, hey, you have kids? Okay, just bring them their birth certificate, the marriage certificate. You're good to go. They're Kuwaitis.
Oh, I was gonna say, tell us a little bit more about what it's like to be a woman in Kuwait.
You should say like a half breed woman in Kuwait.
Half breed.
Yeah, because I'm not fully Kuwaiti. I'm half.
Well, I mean, that doesn't change the fact that you are a woman.
Oh no, dude. There's like a difference.
Oh, okay. So you're saying, based on culture and whether or not you're a full, like, born in Kuwait, you're treated differently because of that too?
Yeah. Like as long as your mom or like any one of the parents is like actually different nationality, you're treated differently. Especially if you're like not from the not from the Gulf, but abroad.
All right. So you're walking down the street, and boom, somebody looks at you. How do they know that you're half Kuwaiti, and that you're from the Philippines?
Dude, the way I said just dressed, the way I just dressed, only gives it away.
Well, what do they wear there that would, you know, be a Kuwaiti citizen? What do they wear?
Like a typical Kuwaiti woman, she'll wear like it may be a branded bag as long as there's like a brand. And she wears makeup, but it's the same as the style of every Kuwaiti girl you see in Kuwait.
That's really, really vague. I thought you were going to say something a little bit more distinct, like, oh yeah, they wear specific dresses. They have to be, you know, prim and proper, or they gotta cover everything up.
They do have like, cover up. Yeah, everybody has good cover up, but you know, like, it depends, like, from their parents or how they were, like, I guess like how they were raised up and everything. Because I know, like, there's some other, like, parents that are not that strict on, like, hijabs or anything like that, or abaya, so they're fine.
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say.
as I am. But they always have, like, the certain, like, style.
So, so if you're walking down the street, you know, wearing your favorite anime clothes, you're not exactly a Kuwaiti citizen, are you?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. So there's that. There's the culture based on how you act, and it sounds like you don't give a fuck, and you just kind of do, you know, what you want because you're like, bitch, I'm a citizen.
Not like badly. That's just like, I don't know. They're still thinking about that, you know, traditional like roles for each what a guy needs to do, what a woman needs to do.
Well, do you have any like experiences, or, you know, not to like talk about like all bad experiences, but just sort of like, can you describe in more detail about just different experiences you've had that were not so great because you're a woman?
I just don't like everything like, hey, I need a man if I want something to do. Or if I want to like rent out a apartment, I have to have somebody, a male relative who is married, so I can rent out my own like apartment. I don't get that shit.
So women have less rights in Kuwait.
It's more like, I don't know, they keep thinking about like bad things, like ill intentions. I don't know why.
Well, you've talked a lot more about how, you know, what a woman can't go out in public or can't do certain things without being married or having a man.
Like, let's go with like dating. Unless she's chaperoned by somebody else.
So to go out in public, you have to be chaperoned by a man?
By one of the like the relatives of the girl, or vice versa.
What do you mean, a relative of the girl? Like they have to have a parent, or what do you mean?
They can have that like the parent or the brothers or the sister, anybody who's like older, to go with them to see what they're doing.
So is this by law or like just, strict culture that women can't go out in public by themselves?
Pretty sure by like culture, because it's like frowned upon.
Hmm. So if you're walking on the beach by yourself, or maybe you're with a friend, but you kind of just wandered off, people would sort of look at you like, what is she doing?
Out. Unless they do like something crazy, maybe. But if they're like talking or anything like that, no, nobody will bat an eyelash. Just the thing that's let's talk about like if they're going out at night, that's something different.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, so
They might get pulled over by the police.
I'm looking to hear you talk more about what we've talked about before. Just you, unless maybe I misunderstood, but you made it sound as though that women in Kuwait are treated less than men.
Disadvantage is like I don't like if for sure maybe like one of your male siblings can offer you like an apartment, so he has to rent it out for you by under his name.
Okay, so you can't get an apartment for yourself.
No, not under my name. No.
Okay, so yeah. That because the reason why I'm asking about this is really to give awareness to people who are living in countries that don't have these social disparities or discrepancies. They're not having to deal with. They're living in a better environment. So you can't get an apartment by yourself. It sounds like it's frowned upon to go out by yourself. What else? What other disadvantages do you have as being a single woman?
Like let's just say like if you're coming from outside, like let's say, hey, I came back home at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. People might think that I'm doing something bad while I was outside.
Well, I mean, you could argue that to anyone, right? If anyone comes home at like 3, 4 a.m. and they're smelling like booze or their eyes are bloodshot, it's like, yeah, okay, that person might be up to something,
Dude,
man or a woman.
I heard one of my coworkers. I don't know, one of my coworkers. She said, no, we have somebody like, she was like partying all night and she came to work while drunk.
Well, let's see. So like what else? Like, are you able to vote? Are you able to
Yep.
Okay, so you can vote as a woman. What about with jobs?
Even though I never
job
voted.
seeking.
I never voted for anybody.
Well, what about with like job seeking? Do you have any disadvantages?
Job seeking, I don't do anything about it. I just like submit what I want to do in which ministry, and the government actually looks for a job opening for me.
Well, yeah, because you work with the government, so you sort of get some of those perks. But okay, so the main thing that is sort of difficult for you as a single woman is if you're looking to find a home or an apartment, you can't rent it out yourself. So that's like the biggest issue.
Well, just think about it. Like, if God forbid, if my mom passed away and everything, the house is gonna be like a inheritance.
Hmm. Okay.
So maybe like let's say all my siblings, they want to actually split up the house and just sell it already, but I don't have a home to go to. So where would I go?
Oh man.
Yeah.
So your mom passes and you inherit the house. And if
the only problem is like nobody like let's just say like if like all my siblings are married and they have like a chance to get their own houses, yeah, they won't get the house unless they will like say like, hey, we can just sell the house and sell the plot of land. But we have to like vote like a yes or a no. If one of us says no, then we have to go to court for that.
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds
Until
pretty
it's
messed up.
settled.
Because you're saying that they would basically they would take away your place to live just to sell it.
There are like yeah, but there are like a lot of like people like that here. They would fight over like a plot of land. Say, hey, you guys are not married, so what do you need all this space for? I just want my money. So I want money for this land. Some of them get threatened. Some of them would like kick them out. I don't know why. It's just sad.
Okay, so it sounds like, you know, if you lost your current place of living, you know, that's under your mother, that it'd be really difficult for you to get a home. So you're saying you would be required to, you know, date a guy or marry someone to have a place to live?
Yeah, some people would do that, yeah.
Well, I mean, no. So what do you do if you don't find a guy? How do you get a home? Like, where do you live?
That what I remembered. Yeah, I actually have to ask one of your like male siblings who are married to actually get an apartment under their name if they're willing to do that shit.
I just
either that.
Turned down. Make sure I can't hear the world music in case if I can demonetizes the video.
Either that or if you're like willing to live with like a relative, if you're willing to do that.
So I'm just thinking, so you're a lot older, like you're in your twilight years, you're like an old granny, and maybe your relatives have passed, and then you know it's like, where are you living then? You know what happens? You don't got a relative, you don't got a man, you're just on the streets and you're homeless.
I heard a lot of stories like this, like divorced woman actually living in her car with her own kids and not able to go get any places to live in.
Oh my god. That sounds really rough to...
She has to go to court with the ex-husband and whatnot. It's just crazy.
Because basically what that's saying is, you're not allowed to break up, otherwise you don't have a place to live.
But I understand some people actually they like Christians do. Like they don't want. They just don't like the idea of divorce.
Wait, so you have Muslim and Christian religion there? What?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think those two would be in the same place.
We have churches here. We have 3 churches here in Kuwait.
No, I'm saying like to have Muslim and Christianity in the same place at the same time.
Why there are?
I guess I'm thinking of in some other countries that would be a very big no-no, but I guess in Kuwait, you know, I'm hearing that it's okay. You said there's a third one?
Well, you can, yeah. I don't know, there's like a lot of religions over here, but I know that not a lot of people are going to say, hey, we have Jewish Kuwaitis, then nobody's going to talk about that.
They just practice in secrecy.
Yeah, like a lot of people do. Like they just lie about their religion.
So, what kind of place is Kuwait? Like, how would you describe it?
Wait. I don't know, describe Kuwait. Jesus Lord. I don't know. It's just a plot of land with a lot of people on it. Don't know what the hell they want to do. Welcome to the second America.
The second America, that's what you call it?
Dude, there's like a lot of like fucked up shit going on, and I'm like, why is everybody so fucking confused on what to do?
Well, I remember you talked about just one day there was just a goat strapped to like a truck bed, and it was like screaming and kicking, and then it just like whizzed by your house. Like,
Yep.
is that is that the image that we get when we think of Kuwait? Screaming goats.
Dude, I know a lot of people still thinking that we're still living in fucking tents and we're using PCs on the floor in the sand. I don't know how we're doing getting it generated. I'm like, seriously, but okay.
So okay, so civilized but a bit misogynistic. You know, women have less rights, have to go through more hardships. It's just a big plot of land. People are sort of competing for it, and I remember you had talked about just it being really like the dating scene there just like is non-existent. It's just kind of like guy walks up to a woman and gets married and that's it.
No, that's not how marriage goes here. No. Let's just say like, oh, your mom is interested in that woman over there. Oh,
You're cutting
she
out.
has
You're cutting out.
a nice.
Eat your mic.
Uh, Mostly like I don't know, like moms if they're like looking
Mhm.
for like wives or husbands for their like sons and daughters and everything. They either go look go look for like either in weddings,
Mm.
funerals,
Oh. Ooh.
yeah, or at work. They'll talk a lot of things on like at work and say,
So
"Oh, do you have this
okay.
one? I have this one."
Okay, so I'm your mom, right? Okay, I'm going into my workplace. I'll be like, oh, excuse me, Mr. Man. My daughter Suman would love to meet you. Is that how it goes?
No. The woman don't talk with the guys though.
Hmm? What do you mean?
There's like they always like get segregated sometimes, not all the time.
No, I'm
Like they just
confused.
feel more comfortable.
No, how does this happen? So your mom would go up to a guy at her work or a wedding or a funeral, and she'd be like, "I have a
Yeah,
lovely
but it's
daughter."
like segregated. Like segregated with women. Women they stay with women. Guys stay with guys.
Oh, okay. So there's segregation
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
our workplace. Yeah,
Hmm.
because a lot of like women, they're wearing their hijabs and everything. They don't want to wear that thing the whole day.
Hmm. Okay. So they sort of just take take the head and the neck piece down and they're in their own space. And well, you talked about some of the guys like hitting on you and the other women a lot, right?
No, all of them are married, dude.
No, you had talked about there was one who was like hitting on you, or he talked about like, ooh,
That fucking asshole. That fucking asshole was like in a clinic from 2 years ago. That fucker.
yeah. So we're looking to sort of talk about some of these deeper and darker topics to really give insight and awareness of like what's going on in different places around the world and different problems that people are dealing with. So I really want to get to that deeper stuff. As long if you feel comfortable talking about it, but like that's
No, it's because like honestly, like I never met like those kind of people like while I'm working.
mm,
So that fucking asshole was like a special condition out of nowhere. I don't know why.
oh so, so he was he was dumb.
No, it's because like I don't know. It's just me. I think like my mom would say like sometimes it's like I am very naive,
Mm,
especially when it comes to like older men and everything. I think that like what I think like if they're like married and everything, they're like more like loyal to their wives and everything. And I'm thinking about okay, I had my dad. He's not loyal as fuck. So why did I think that other guys would not the same thing? I
mm.
don't know. I just think about like the better of the doubt. Like
So okay. I'm just kind of thinking about that because you're sort of expecting other guys to be more like your dad because that's what you learned, like, some parents do. Like that's what guys are like.
Well, yeah, when I was like younger, I expected like every guy to be like a douchebag, but how they treat their wives like that, like their kids.
Hmm. And in your experience, what have the guys been like that you've run into?
Like I work now at least I have like a lot of my coworkers at least are very respectable guys, very
Mhm.
humble, very respectful.
Oh yeah, you're saying respectable, spectacle, respectable. It's okay.
They're
English
good to
isn't your
their
first
wives, okay?
language.
That's it. That's it. They're good to their wives. They're loyal.
Yeah, they're good guys. Okay, I mean that's good.
They're
That's
good
nice to
guys.
hear.
Yeah,
So
I
so
didn't
not
expect
all
like to
bad.
meet somebody from a workplace.
Hmm.
I did not think about that.
Have you had any love interest? Have you dated anyone over time?
Nope, nope.
No.
I'm too busy doing shit, my dude. I'm so fucking too busy.
Mm. Too busy with work and business.
Yeah, taking care of my mom, taking care of the house, doing stuff, whatnot.
Hmm. Okay. So we can include a lot of like what we just talked about in different segments, but so what's so you'd say the main problem that you dealt with is not really having a father around, or especially a good father. Would you say that was the main problem?
Just that my dad, let's say my father didn't act like a father.
Mm.
Yeah, so we didn't have like a good role model. While actually have like a father figure.
Okay, so you didn't have yeah, so no father figure. So the first thing I sort of ask is, well, what do you think about that? What do you think
I had a
about,
lot of dad issues.
and then, like, well, how do you feel about that? Do you
I
hate
don't know. I
him?
just
Do
feel
you?
like I missed out a lot of shit. I missed out a lot of memories. That's the thing I'm thinking about.
Mhm. What is there anything that comes to mind that you really wish you would have had from your father? Like, done something, or I don't know, he read to you at night, he played board games with you, he spends time with you, he talks to you, maybe he was there for you in emotional moments. Is that, like, what comes to mind that you wish he was there for?
Uh, just like being involved. He's not there.
You just involved.
Yeah, because he's always not there. It's like not there.
So if you were to give a message to the fathers out there who maybe aren't involved with their kids, what would you say to them?
I don't know. They're missing out on a lot of like memories while you seeing your kids growing up and everything. You see, pretty sure when they actually get older and they'll be like, "Huh, I didn't know like this
You're
and that,
cutting
like
out.
that." Like
I'm so
I
sorry.
was,
Well,
ah, it's
each
from
your
the
mic,
internet. It's from the
please.
internet.
No, it's not the internet.
No,
Eat your mic. Yeah, I'm telling
it's
you,
the
it's like,
internet. It's
a likely story. It's basically, so if you hear me pulling back like this, it's because I'm getting far away from my mic, and then, oh, okay, look at this. I come back closer, and you can hear me.
but dude, this thing is so close to my uvula, you can feel it.
So you're deep throating your mic. Okay, got it.
No, my God, put it out of that context. No.
Okay, so back on topic. Um, so you
Yes,
see,
he's very professional.
yeah. So you were talking about, well, so is that what you would make? Have you talked to your dad? Like, when was the last time you talked to him?
Maybe I talked to him a night before he passed away.
Mm. The night before he passed away?
Yep.
What was the last thing that you said to him?
I don't know. I was like fucking angry at the time when he was like calling me. So I told him, okay, what? Until when are you gonna do this fucking shit? Like, you're just wasting your time on drinking bottles of just fake booze. Wasting your time. So until when are you gonna like end it all? Just connect for once. So I am trying.
When you say when are you gonna end it all, is that what you said to him?
Yep.
Damn. God.
Because specifically where I left for the airport, he was also drunk at the time before I left the airport. He got mad. It's like, yeah, go to your mom. Look at what she's gonna do for you. And I'm like, at least she's there. At least she cares. At least she's asking about me. I don't know why I said that at that time, but I was like very fucking angry. So you gotta die by yourself, and nobody's gonna be. I think it's like there's like a lot of things going on in this world, so that's why.
Okay. So you're saying you're gonna die alone.
Yeah.
Yes. So what all were you saying to him? Would you be able to repeat that?
I just told my dad that he's gonna be by himself alone in the house without anybody being there when he dies. Next thing I know, for that last call, he was by himself at home, getting drunk again, while my brother was like at his job. Me and my sister were like visiting my mom. My younger brother was living with my mom at the time, so we were not there.
Mm-hmm. And then he died.
He just, he passed away while falling over next to the bathroom.
Hear that, alcoholics? That could be your life.
But somebody told me that he had a hooker with him at the time. And that hooker was taken to the police station for like 6 hours and being battered with cushioning and getting beaten up by the police.
Why?
Because they were like speculating that she murdered him.
So they just took her to the station and just beat the hell out of her?
Yeah, but with like thin sticks and everything, like how they like whip horses with.
I'm not for. You said sin sticks? Like wooden sticks?
Thin. Yeah, thin sticks.
Sand?
No, thin.
Sin? I'm not familiar with what that is. Is it made out of wood?
The sinful sticks. Yes, it's a
sin. Sin. Like you've committed a sin.
The sticks are out of those.
Yeah, okay, what are they made out of?
Wood. Next, of course.
Okay, yeah, that's fucked up. That's messed up. They fucking beaten her with fucking wood sticks. Jesus Christ.
That's been there for like the oldest time.
Damn.
Taylor's oldest time.
Is there anything that you wish
didn't release her?
Is there anything you wish your father would have said to you?
I don't know. It feels like remorse, at least guilt, in what he did.
So you're saying you wish he would have shown a little bit of remorse and guilt and apologize for not being there and not spending time.
Yeah.
How did you manage to, get through your childhood without him really being there? What helped you get through it? Yeah. So your mom was there. She spent time with you. She was present and involved.
Like she's not. She doesn't go anywhere except staying at home with us. Or where would she go?
Well, yeah, but I mean, she was still there. But are you basically saying,
Yeah,
oh, well, if
but
she had somewhere else to go, I don't know.
yeah, that's why she said like I don't know when she had us, like I was like a year old and my brother was like 2. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I would have gone like left you guys at your grandparents' place, and I just went back to Philippines and just left you. But I didn't have the heart to do that because you're my kids. You're my own flesh and blood, so I couldn't leave you guys.
Hmm. Damn. Yeah, that's still kind of cold.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, she thought about leaving, but the good
She
part of
thought
it
about that, yeah.
is she didn't. So she was really
No,
tempted.
it's because she what the hell was that? Wait a minute, wait. It's because she thought about at the time. It's like, okay, if I left, who's gonna take care of them? Who's gonna feed them? Who's gonna take like look after them? I don't know what they're gonna do to them. Like she keeps thinking about what ifs.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, she does love you and care about you guys. You know, especially if he has those worries. So your mom helped you get through everything of with your father not being around. Was there any male figures that you met in your life that maybe filled the void of missing out on having a father?
Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody. Damn.
Nobody.
Hmm. If if he were to come back for just a day, uh, what would you say to him?
Well, the first thing I have to do is like punch him in the face. First
Oh
thing.
shit! He's like, I'm alive.
Dude, the anger, all those fucked up years.
Literally just headbutt him. I'm like, so you punch him.
Yes.
Okay, so you punched him. He probably has a bloody nose. He's like he's like coughing on the floor, and then what? What would you say to him?
I don't know. He should have done his job better. Should
He
have been a better dad.
Should have been a better dad.
Like I don't know. Like if he wanted like his parents to like at least treat him better, he could have done to us.
Okay.
Like at least be a better version of himself instead of being shitty how he lived.
So you would tell him, I really wish you would have taken care of yourself so that maybe you would have been there for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like out of all my my aunts and my uncles, like he was the better one, which is fucking weird.
Oh no! Oh like
Like
wow.
yeah, you can see the difference. Yeah, I've seen worse. My uncles are worse.
Geez, that sounds like a whole lot of fun to deal with.
If my dad actually would control his anger and never touch the fucking bottle of like alcohol, he would have been a better person.
Yeah, a lot of people really struggle with it for a lot of reasons. But glad to see that you pulled through it. You're into your 30s. You got a job. You're gonna have a nice pension, and things are going well enough. Okay, so you dealt with a lot of shit from an uncle.
Yep.
Like, what do you mean? What kind of stuff?
Dude, I don't know why would the fuck would he touch his own fucking 6-year-old niece? Why the fuck would you do that?
So he was.
Like if my brother was not there at the time, like to getting snitched by him, I don't know what would happen.
Did he do
Hey,
things?
my dad beat the shit out of him.
Oh, your alcoholic dad did something good?
Yeah,
Hmm.
oddly enough.
So there's the silver lining. He just fucking put the bottle away for 1 second. He's like, "What the fuck? Don't touch my daughter."
Dude, it was odd because that guy, my uncle actually ran away. I don't know how the fuck a policeman be fucking running away from home.
Wait, so the police were called and they chased after him?
Dude, that guy, my uncle works for the police.
What the fuck?
My dad called the police on him. So it's fucking weird.
911, you need to call the police. Yeah, so it's so this guy who actually works for your station is yeah, you most of the little girl, and yeah, we need you to come down here and get him. So what happened next? So like the police were called and like he was running away from them, or did they even show up?
I don't know why. He's been hiding for at the time he was like hiding for a week.
Oh shit. Did he even wait? So if he was
Yeah,
working for the police, did he not go to work?
That's the thing. Like at his like station, nobody gives a fuck or where he goes and whatnot because he's already like a nuisance at the station.
Oh shit! Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some shade going on there.
But my dad knows where he goes, so.
So he found him.
Yeah, but what I hate about like my late grandma. No, he did not do such a thing. When does he want to do that shit, bitch?
So your grandma tried to cover it up?
Yes.
Oof. Yeah. That's rough because you've heard of this happening to other people, and the bystanders, the parents, whoever's around, pretends that it didn't happen just to cover up the situation and make it easier for them, and not really acknowledging how the person feels about what happened.
Yeah, but my mom was pissed off at the time. God.
Did your uncle do anything else?
5'1". Well, he did. He tried maybe like 3 times. And I'm like, fuck. I don't know. He did try like peeking. Like at the time, like we were like living at my grandparents' place and everything. Like there's like this one room with a bathroom. Like we got a shower, hey. But that fucking thing doesn't have a fucking key.
So he tried coming in.
Peeking. Peeping Tom.
Yeah, Mr. Tom.
I once. So I said that to my dad again.
Yeah.
Didn't bite a fucking eyelash and went to him and beat the fuck out of him.
You did something right, Dad. Did something right.
I don't know. I didn't think about for myself at the time. Like I didn't think about myself because I was thinking about my sister. Because she was like way younger, like 8, 9 years old at the time. So I'm thinking about, okay, he peeks at me because he's peeking at her.
So even as this was happening to you, you were kind of like, I don't really care what happens to me. It's but like heaven forbid anything happens to my little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he ever try and do anything to her or anyone else? Or did he get beat up enough to where he's like, okay, I'll stop?
Yeah. Because my dad threatened him and I did threaten him. Because at the time I was like very angry in the kitchen and everything. I was holding a butcher knife at the time.
Oh, shit. It's safe.
Dude, I'm doing lunch.
Oh, a likely story. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm just chopping the celery. Fuck you, guy. Fuck you, uncle.
I'm doing some Filipino dish for my sister for her lunch for school. Damn it.
Mm. You know, just making your sister's lunch, and then everything changed when your uncle attacked.
Not because he was like, "Why are you calling me out?" I'm like, "Bitch, what the fuck? I'm not gonna stay here and just take it. What the fuck?"
Ugh, God damn, that sounds really fucking shitty. Oh man.
I don't know. You want to hear like his escapade? What happened in the mall?
Oh, there's more.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking at the time. Like he was like going through the rows of like clothing and everything with hangers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a woman like going through some clothing and everything, and he's decided to stick his dick out between the clothing, so when she moves through the hanger, she'll find his dick.
What
and I'm
the
like,
fuck?
Bitch, don't you think that she would call her husband or the security to kick you out?
God. So
They
you're
were
out there.
like windows.
So it's like,
Windows.
man. So it's like put my dick in a box. Except he's in the clothing racks. And he's like, hey, you want to try this one on?
Dick in a box at least is in somewhere discreet in a box, something closed. This was while out in the open in a mall with kids. Followers that were like going around.
God damn. Oh man.
Then the woman's husband came over and beat the shit out of him.
God, what the man? This dude got his ass beat like so many times and he just didn't learn. Oh my god.
Dude, like this dude is like 6'3". The brain is empty. I don't know what's it's going on. It's running out of gas. I don't know. Farts.
Okay. So you got you talked about your dad not being around, talked about dealing with hypersexual or pedophile uncle. Is there other things that you've dealt with or are dealing with that you'd like to talk about with everyone?
You want to talk about racism?
Ooh, okay, yeah,
that's a hot topic.
Yeah, that's that's hot. That's hot. Okay, go for it.
Oh my god, how many times did anybody keeps asking me, hey, what's your mother like? She's nice and everything. No, what is she? Filipino? Oh, she's a maid then.
Oh,
what the fuck, bitch? What?
Man. Fuck it. Yeah, I hate that. What is he? What is she? What are you? What are you? Where are you from?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
so do you not speak? Do you eat a lot of stinky food? Do you eat rats? Do you eat flies? It's like, what?
So okay. Racism. So what happens that just really was just messed up and pushed your buttons or uncalled for? What happened?
I just don't like people like this, undermining my mom so much. Like, I don't know. All of them keep thinking like if she's like a foreigner, like especially like she's a Filipino, that they would think that she's the help.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad married the help, and I'm like, what?
The
that
help?
Doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? Yeah, like she's a maid.
Mm. So he just married for services.
Oh my god! Oh god! Dude, I don't want to think about my parents that way. Shame on you.
No, that's what I thought I heard. Is you saying, so this person came up to you and be like, they just got married because he wanted a maid.
It's because like a lot of like guys here right now, they don't want to marry like a Kuwaiti woman anymore. They want to marry like a foreigner woman, and everything's way cheaper. It's way cheaper.
Oh my god.
Dude, the dowry, dude. Like no less than, I don't know, 7,000 KD, something like that.
Well, okay, so the most I heard for what you said with racism was is that just people walking up to your mother and asking her what is she?
Oh yeah, because she doesn't look like a regular Filipino woman.
Hmm. Well, what about you? Have you had any experiences with racism?
Dude, people sometimes they go up to me, they try to talk to me like in Arabic, like I don't understand. I'm like, what are I speak fine. Or do you expect like I don't know how to speak Arabic?
Oh, wait. So you're saying they
Like
go up to you
those
and act like
American tourists.
so they act like you don't know how to speak it.
Yes.
So what do they come up to you speaking like really slow English like, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you can you help me with this thing?" And then what do you do when they do that?
I just talk back like, hey brother, you want to do this? You have to go back there, and so we're there.
And what reaction? Like what's their reaction? They're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?"
First the silence, double take, look at me backing up, and I'm like, oh, you're Kuwaiti? Like, bitch, yes, I am. Why do you think that was? Why did you think otherwise?
So like what are you feeling in those moments? Are you just like, "Ugh, again, frustrated?"
I'm just like, same old shit. Here we go again.
Oh shit. Here we go again. Oh man.
Like that one dude is like, excuse me, you know how to go there. There where? What's there? There. There? Oh, there. Then change the CD. Yay! Go there. In Arabic. Go
Mm.
here, left and right, and you go to Ali. You can go to her. There, easy.
So he was asking for directions, or
Yep. Yep.
okay, okay, hmm, okay. But it sounds like
Then they'll ask me, hey, why you're not wearing the same thing as the girls? I was like, what the fuck? You want directions or you want to change my clothing for a fashion statement? I ain't doing that shit.
wait, what? So the same guy asked you like, why are you not wearing the same clothes as them?
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, what the hell? How often does this happen?
When somebody's very nosy. So from time to time,
So
especially
like,
women.
so like once a week, once a month?
I don't go out anymore like I used to in the area since with COVID and everything. So it's like maybe once in a month, maybe
Okay.
once in the blue moon.
Well, I mean, so before COVID, how often did it happen?
Let's say like if I'm going out a lot in a month, let's say like it'll happen like 10 times in a month.
Oh Jesus, that sounds like every time you go out.
The only thing that freaks me out is like they see me the same outfit and everything. What do you expect?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you see the same person, if the same person is doing it, it's like, okay, yeah, there's that guy again, or that bitch. But you know, if it's like all different people, like yeah, that would be annoying, really annoying, big problem.
Uh, what's unfortunate about my face? Everybody remembers my face in the first time. So, oh, you're that girl. I was like, okay.
Oh, oh, you're that girl. Is that what they say? You're that girl.
It's because if they know where I work at, so they come over a lot, and I'm like, no, please go away.
Wait, you have people who stalk you at work?
It's because like I'm the IT, so if they want like PCs, printers, like anything to do with like IT, they come over.
Yeah, from when I met you, you always seem to have this sense of strength of, like I'll get through it. I'm definitely grateful for what I do have. Things could be worse.
I don't know. I just like I'm just tired of this shit. I'm tired of the like taking people's shit for no reason. Like I deserve this shit? Getting this abuse? Do I deserve all this like negative like actions on me? Why?
Hmm. So you gotta fight back. You're like, don't tread on me.
But like a lot of like negative actions I did.
Negative actions? What do you mean?
I talk back to a lot of like my older like uncles and aunts. I just fight them back. I cuss them out, call them out.
Damn. And what are the consequences of doing that? Or do they leave you alone?
No, they bully me a lot. They make fun of me.
Oh,
like
wait,
even especially
they tease
like in front of people. Yeah, they bully me.
Oh wait, no. There's a difference between teasing. Teasing is like lighthearted and fun, and you know
No.
So they straight up bully you.
Yep.
Because you talk back.
Oh my god, I don't even know. Yeah, because right now they expect me to be like more obedient. I just listen and don't talk back.
It sounds like you kind of, carve a space out for yourself to be who you really are and not who they want you to be.
It's because I don't know, because what I thought about, like, okay, I won't say like I'm a nice person, but it's like, okay, I want people how to treat me, how I treat them, like nicely. I'm giving you the same like action, but you're not returning the same thing that I offer you. So why the fuck are you just throwing like shit on my face when I didn't do the same thing to you?
Why do you think that is?
All I ask is like respect, because they're fucking assholes.
I was gonna ask, when much like we talked about with your father, kind of like a generational thing. Oh, my parents yelled and bullied me, so like this is, you gotta teach a child discipline and put them in their place, and they learn this, and then they pick up some other bad habits on top of that, and one thing leads to another, and yeah, you got a specially baked asshole.
Well, I didn't expect a lot of things from them, since like I don't expect nice things from them if they never know what the fuck is being nice to.
Oh yeah, so you're saying like they don't even know what being nice is? They're like, what is that?
No, dude.
So is this just your family, or like is this kind of how people are in Kuwait?
It's only for like what I noticed. Like it depends on families. Like there's like a lot of dysfunctional families here.
Oh shit. Oh man, looks like I got a lot of work to do. All right, I hope this video makes it.
I don't know. Not a lot of people like to talk about like, especially if they want to say, "Hey, we have a problem." They ain't gotta issue that thing. Is it Nah, we just put it under the rug for a little while and just to fight it over for a few years.
You fight over what for a few years?
They'll just fight over like who's right, who's wrong. Hey, I did not do this. I did not instigate this shit. We need to change. Now we're fine.
So if family has a problem, and they try and solve it and be like, hey, we have a problem. And then what happens? They just kind of push it aside, or they argue about it and then give up?
Yeah, they just say, "Look, no, you're just crazy. You're not there.
You're just crazy.
You just want to make problems."
You're such a
it's
problem.
Like, hey. I said, "Huh? You want to make yourself like you're very philosophical. You know everything. Oh, you know what's going on with us. Oh."
Oh, is that what they do? They start mocking and be like, "Oh, you think you know everything,
dude?
Huh?
That is that is an instinct for every Arabian people. Like we like a lot of people like to mock.
Oh, you don't agree with someone, and then they just start mocking you. They're like, "Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he thinks he knows everything."
Yep.
Oh god, that's so immature. But I mean,
it's too many fights, dude.
What helped you get through the tough times? And you said your mother. But this time I sort of asked, as far as what helped you get through the tough times, like just you. What helped the most?
It's like
the power of anime.
Anime helped me.
Oh my, yeah, I guessed it. The power of anime.
no. I feel more
Power of
grateful for my
anime on
best
my
friend, actually.
side. I
Like, if I
believe
didn't
in
met
myself.
her.
I can do anything.
Oh, God.
Nice.
But seriously, no. I'm more grateful for my best friend. That if I didn't meet her, like when I was like in my fucking lowest point, I would have been like here.
Okay, so just having that best friend to confide in and support you and just be there for you, and I take it you spent a lot of time with her too.
Dude, we're like friends for more than 20 years now.
You figured out what it takes to, be a good friend, and they figured that out as well. Because to have a friend for 20 years is definitely saying something. A lot of people will kind of drift away and not really think about why. I mean, some people grow apart. Some people just don't have common interest anymore. And that's fine. Friends come and go, but it's definitely special when you hold on to someone for, like many years, as he said. So she helped you get through, a lot of the things that you did.
Dude, I had to deal with a lot from my grandparents' place and everything. I had to run away, but I didn't have any place to go.
So did you stay with her?
So she was actually, yeah. Well, she'll pick me up. Well, with her mom and everything, we go. Because my dad doesn't take me outside anywhere, so I don't know. Like going out with him, it's like doing a marathon. I get tired afterwards.
Ooh, what do you mean by that? Marathon? What is he?
I don't know. He has this like problem. I don't know. Like if things get good, there's something to sabotage that fucking like euphoria for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, so okay, so you're going out with him, and things seem really nice, really chill. You're enjoying yourself, and then everything it just crashes. Something just has to ruin it.
Yes.
And does he do this, or was you just had really bad luck?
No, it's like a common thing for his family. They're always like that. Like we don't have like, hey, can we just relax this day, please? No.
Sounds like they're addicted to the drama. They always got to be fighting.
Yes,
or
just like their mother.
They learning it from their parents. Parents learn it from their parents, and we need to start the age of breaking the cycle. Don't do what your parents did.
That's why they don't call me anymore.
Yeah, because toxic and unhealthy
even though
people,
they keep saying, "Hey, why'd you just come over?" And I'm like, "What? You invited me to go there? Why?"
Oh, so you just you turn them down?
No, because I got the like like I got kicked out twice by that place, so why should I go back the third time?
Well, because you gotta give them something, gonna be a fuel for their drama. They gotta have something to be angry about and yell at. They'll be nice at first.
Them. They can go suck my ass. I don't give a shit.
Damn. Okay.
Like my grandfather before, like I left and said, "Hey, you need to pay the rent," and I'm like, "I'm paying the rent for what?"
Well, yeah, you said it's already paid for, isn't it? The house.
Yeah, but he wants me and my tiny room with my sister at the time. Like I had to pay 200 KD, which is like equivalent to like maybe let's say with $350. Why should I pay?
Well, yeah, I mean, if your family, but I mean, everybody's always trying to get something out of you.
Yeah, but I challenged him and said, "Okay, if you want money from me, I want you to go up to your daughter and ask her for some money. She still lives with you." I don't know. I just don't understand people. Why are they not like more open about their feelings and everything before destroying themselves? I don't know. I don't get it.
Okay, so the question is, why are people not more open with their feelings?
Yes.
These feelings are scary, man. I mean,
Especially on guys. I don't get it. I don't know why.
so for guys, so I tend to use the word machismo to sort of, it's the, macho, suck it up, be Mr. Man culture that's like found in, plenty of places of the world. Basically, showing feelings as a weakness. Men don't cry, and it's a real tragedy because you're teaching men to actually be weak. I didn't become a man through holding in my tears. In fact, that's what kept me like a kid, like a boy inside. I cried my way to becoming a man because that's how I found my strength and healed through my wounds, was through crying. And
Put that on the shirt. I cried my way into man.
yeah, right. Yeah, that could be a merch idea. No, I cried my way into being a man, and the way I sort of look at it is like I don't want to live life in black and white. I want my life to be full of color. And when you suppress your emotions and you don't talk about them and you bottle them up, you don't feel anything anymore. It's like you're if your emotions were a volume dial, it's like you're turning it down to zero because just because you don't want to feel something bad, well, guess what? You're also not wanting to feel everything that's good. So when you talk about why people aren't open with their emotions, it's culture, it's fear, it's what they learned. They're scared of their emotions and maybe dipping into a low point. Um, they don't want to be judged by other people. Like, oh, look at that man, he's crying. What a bitch, you know.
It just reminded me of my aunt. Oh my god, she's also a weirdo, but she's like I don't get her life choices at all. Like she would talk about me about her problems and everything, but I was 18 at the time, and she's 50 at the time.
And you're saying that she's still making really bad choices and not getting her life together?
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. You hear that, everyone? Doesn't matter how old you are, you keep your bad habits, it's gonna stay with you for a long time.
It's like, how come I don't have anybody for me? How come like I don't have any friends? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe because you're psychotic.
Well, I mean,
like she cannot keep a friend. She cannot even keep a friend for a week.
Well, building relationships takes skills. You gotta listen. You gotta take care of yourself so that you have space to give to other people and be selfless. You can't.
Yeah, but she's not. She doesn't have those kind of like tools to use on for other people than herself. So she takes. She doesn't give. She takes.
Yeah, sounds like because I give the garden principle as an analogy. So if she had her pot and it needed water and nutrients, sounds like she has a hole in her pot. She has a hole and the water's leaking out. So she's scared and has to take from everybody else so that she doesn't run out of water. But the problem with that is
she didn't have pots. She had hashish.
What's hashish?
Oh, you don't know hashish?
Uh-oh.
The hashish, man. The shitty, great hashish.
What is that? Is that like a clay pot or something?
It's like the other, like lesser grade of weed.
Oh, okay. Of weed.
Yeah, weed. Like she would go on like a weed hype and everything for a while when she's really angry.
Oh, so she did drugs.
Yep.
Oh, well, that explains
but
her
it was
life.
bad. It smelled bad.
Okay, so I mean that's pretty much why people,
It
not
is
even just
bad
guys.
when you ask. It is bad when you ask your niece like, "Hey, can you owe me? Can you loan me a 100 KD to buy some hashish?" What the fuck?
Yeah,
You don't
that's
have money for that?
yeah. Some the people they don't grow up. They don't get out of their bad mindset, their bad choices, and it just sort of gets worse and worse and worse until eventually they just
Um,
crash.
but I do remember my mom telling me something about her though.
But okay, so that's why people aren't, open with their feelings is because culture, they're afraid of being judged, they're, scared of going into a low point and just feeling, pretty much just confronting their feelings. Feelings are scary, you know.
Feelings are scary.
Yeah. No, pain is your friend. Feelings are your friend. Feelings are what, feelings and emotions are what give color to life,
Hmm.
you know. You have to respect the law of contrast, like the yin and yang, they're good and bad
Hmm.
have to, exist together. Otherwise, you couldn't appreciate one or the other.
I don't know. Like especially like for my dad's side of the family, like showing like affection is weird for them. It's kind of weird when I see them like that to say. Because I remembered like when my mom came here after for like I don't know like 9 years I haven't seen her.
Mm-hmm.
We were like on a couch and everything. We were like cuddling up because I always do that with my mom when they're in the couch. So my aunt with her own daughter, they were like looking at me with their heads tilted like fucking dogs, confused at the end of the couch.
So they were like, huh?
Yes, is it? So my aunt was like asking my mom, said, "Oh, you really love your daughter?" And I'm like, my mom had to like look at her, maybe like she had to blink at least 10 times to grind up that information.
did she?
That freaking
Oh,
question.
oh my God, you really love your daughter. Oh man.
My mom was like looking at her like, "Of course I love my daughter, don't you?" Then my cousin, she said, "Of course now we don't love each other. Look, she's a bitch. She's sitting here questioning you the same question."
Why are some people not affectionate?
Like especially like parents with their kids. There's some parents they don't know how to deal with like affection or show affection to their own kids.
Well, I mean, so I'm gonna be one hell of a broken record throughout these videos, but it's based on how they learned it from their parents. Social learning. They saw their parents, maybe being really distant, or maybe their dad was perverted, or maybe their dad was really violent, and he's like, oh, like this is what I have to do. And it doesn't always have to be conscious learning. It could actually be subconscious. You
Hmm.
it'll start to present itself as you get into a relationship and you get older. You'll find that, oh shit, this reminds me of how my dad treated my mom. And often you have kids or just young adults who are
Hmm.
like, I don't want to be like that at all. I don't want to be like my parents. Or some people don't even realize, and they just start being abusive and mean. And they some people also,
Hmm.
some people who had too much affection, they're they're sick of it. They don't want to be touched because they were touched all the time. And some people might associate that with trauma even, because
Aww.
they just wanted to get away from it. And when to get into relationships, they're not super touchy feely or affectionate, and yeah, their partner is really confused and they think it's their fault, but actually it's just they got too much of it as a kid. So,
I didn't get a good hug until I met my mom.
you met your mom? What do you mean?
Because I was like, as I told you, I was like living with my grandparents for like 10 years. I didn't get a
Oh,
proper
10
hug.
years. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I missed that part. So you were with them for 10 years.
Uh,
And then
yeah.
you met
They
your mom.
don't give you like they don't give you like that goody feely hugs when you like meet them. It's always fakey.
Oh. Did they do side hugs? Like, oh hey.
Yes, and awkward shit. They'll just touch you in the like at your like lower back, and I'm like, what the fuck am I? You're petting a dog?
No,
What's wrong
listen.
with you?
When you hug somebody, you have to get as much area width as possible. So like, be larger and rub everywhere. Get as much as you can of them. Cuz those are the best hugs. Makes
Here's
you
the
feel
thing,
good.
though. I don't like touching. I don't touch any one of them. Like at my dad's side, I don't like touching them.
Yeah. No, I can.
And so, except for my my late great aunties. I miss them very much.
All right, so Suman, the last question. What do you have to say to everyone watching that would help them get through the issues in their life? What would you say to them to help them get through it?
I don't know. Maybe this is gonna sound like very cliche or very cringy. Well, my sister was like struggling with depression, but she was like thought about taking her own life at the time. So I was like talking to her, setting down things for her. Like she's at the time she was like saying, I don't want to live this life. I hate this life. Like our dad is not getting better. Our families are not together. So what's the point of living? So I told my sister to tell her, okay, I know things right now doesn't look that good. It's like the weather. Sometimes maybe we're having like sandstorms, maybe it's heavy rains, fog, or anything like that. But do they stay that long? She said no. Atlantis life is like that. It doesn't stay in one phase. It always keeps changing, so you don't know. We don't know where we're going. It's like as long as like you can see like sunny days, maybe you'll find like a few rainbows along the way. Just think about those days, like during like any of those kind of like days that you don't like rainy days, cloudy days, sandstorm days.
But yeah, find the rainbow in the sandstorm, guys.
Why do you sound like a Canadian? I'm from Minnesota. Find the rainbows in the skies, yeah.
Yeah, look for the good and the bad. I like that a lot. In the way you told it. All right.
Then my mom said like if you decided to change, you can change it. And like you're your own problem, your own. You can solve it yourself. Your own solution.
Exactly. Got to
do something about it.
Got to take responsibility. And as many have been saying, especially within the past 10 years, maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you that has to do something to change. Maybe it's not everybody else. What are you going to do about it? Maybe it's you.
Well, if nobody wants to change, might as well I start the chain.
Yeah, so you gotta be the one who stands up first. You gotta, be the change that you want to see in the world. You gotta be the role model. Yeah. Like at the time, like when I was 18, okay, it might be scary. I might get beaten up. I might be cussed out. It's better than nothing. Better than nothing. Yeah. Better than dealing with the old life that's just insufferable, frustrating, can't deal with it. Better than being in that old life. Can I touch it? Yes, I can touch it. You have been baptized. Dude, that's my brother. He got baptized.
baptized when my dad was drunk.
Wait, really? Your dad baptized your brother
Yes.
drunk?
Yes. Oh my god. Just because one of his friends, like, he had a kid. He said, hey, your kid is getting baptized? Yeah. Okay, both of our kids get baptized.
What the fuck?
And naming my brother something else, I'm like, did you forget you already named your kid? Why did you have to rename it again?
God, you must have been drunk. When life gets hard, get a friend. Look for the rainbow in the sandstorm.
7. Look for the fucking the rainbow in the sandstorm that never comes. Oh god.